about how to remember your inner child. So, the reason why I am very passionate and so excited to share with you what I gathered through my own healing journey. Now, this healing journey can be blissful, joyful, and also dark, messy, beautiful, confusing, and spiritually exhausting, emotionally and physically as well. So, how, if you ask me, okay, so how do you remember your inner child? How? Simply, you remember those beautiful and happy memories that you did when you were young, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, or maybe in your high school. So ask yourself, what were the things that made you so excited, happy, joyful, and those moments where you are sort of daydreaming. You're just like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. I am just here in my mind dreaming and just imagining beautiful things, dreaming the impossible. Because you are a child, when we were just little children, that was the gift. We were given all the amazing challenges throughout our younger years in order for us to become stronger, resilient, and bounce back when there are traumatic experiences that happens to us, right? So, like I keep talking in this channel, there are so many ways for you to remember your inner child by creating a work, a compilation of work, an art, if you will. So these, I am almost finished. I think it is almost done for this one. So you just have to remember and make those art that is whatever. It's just you and you alone can watch it and enjoy it along the way. So, if you are watching, welcome. Let me know where you are watching from. Remember that your inner child holds the key to your creativity. It took me a long time. Hi, where are you watching from? Let me know in the comment section below. So, how do you remember your inner child? Especially if you're in your late 30s, late 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, right? Because this is the $64 million question that people ask. How do I remember my inner child? I'm already an adult. I have so many responsibilities and I don't know what to do. Like I said, this inner child experience was David Guzman. Hello. So, yes, how do you remember your inner child? Specifically, because when you were in your kindergarten, remember, you were drawing, coloring, and I don't know. Tell me in the comment section below. Please let me know in the comment section below. What are your happiest moments when you were coloring, doodling, trying all the things, making mistakes, and just having fun with your teachers, your friends, and a lot of people completely forget that you are created by God to create something beautiful. Sometimes when life happened, there's so many challenges along the way. You seem to forget, right? Because you focus so much on the negativity, you focus on the problem, and now you've forgotten to play. The reason why people, a lot of us suffered so for so many years, we've suffered because we have forgotten to play, right? So let me know in the comment section below. I would like to hear from you guys. Like, how do you connect with your inner child? Do you play? Do you make crazy stuff like what I'm doing right now? And what about this? I make this, for example, when I am having an overwhelming experience. It's like my emotions. Having diagnosed with ADHD at the age of 33 was such a beautiful, uh, how do I describe it? It was such a wonderful feeling. Yeah, play with my child every day. Oh, Ramonda, what is that, Ramonda? Hi, where are you watching from? I'm pretty sure your daughter or your child is going to be very, very happy and will remember that for the rest of their lives, because when parents are going to be there for your children, no matter how crazy life can be, I know it's not easy, right? I don't know. Like, I don't have children. And so I was like, right now, my life is going to focus on this mission to remind the adult women to play. Even if you are parents, even if you're grandmothers, can stand without a child. I hear you. Watching from Albania. Oh, wait a minute. You speak French in Albania, right? Bonjour. Yes, every woman has, we all have our priorities. And growing up, I never thought, I was probably really scared to have children, that's for sure. Thank you for the love. They are the world, Ramonda. Yes, we, Sisa. So what time is it in Albania? Thank you for the love, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please share this with all the women around you. And even if you are already a mother with children, how are you taking care of your own inner child? Do you play? Yes, Ramonda, thank you so much. I know children are gifts, they are a blessing. However, I do have women friends who got married probably early on or later on in their lives that they are so confused that they tell me that they had many regrets why they get married and have children. Again, we as human beings are very different and unique in our own personal choices and challenges. Some are super happy with having a family and having children because there's no dysfunction. For most of us who grew up in a very chaotic and dysfunctional family dynamics, it is very different and it's super challenging for sure. And I'm pretty sure it affected me a long time ago. Yes, I go with them to the park and play with them, take them to amusement parks, to and other places for them to enjoy. Ah, you're such a sweet mother. Thank you. So, anyways, thank you so much for sharing. Let me know in the comment section below where are you watching from, because right now it's about 1:30 in the morning. How, as an older woman, let's say, how are you taking care of your own inner child? Because if you're a mother, you're taking care of your family, you're taking care of your husband, you're taking care of your children. Do you have time to play with your inner child? Do you create stuff? Do you express your emotions, the painful emotions on paper? Do you cry? Do you journal? Do you do anything? Please let me know in the comment section below. So yes, especially when there's like heavy thoughts, painful memories, I have to grab my canvas, my journal, my books, my anything. And yes, connecting with Mother Nature is very, very good. I take care of them so well. And oh, that's so cute painting from a child. Yes, I mean, yes, you are such a sweet, sweet, sweet mother. I'm sure your children loves you and all that. So these are my stuff because like I am in my late 40s now, right? And so when my therapist told me, Hazel, you have to write a letter to your inner child, I was like, what are you talking about? Why am I going to connect with my inner child? I'm already old. And when she told me that no matter how old you are, you have an inner child who wants to play, who wants to do something, who wants to tell you something that you maybe have forgotten, right? So this these are the things that I have done, and this is the book that I'm going to share more. Let me know in the comment section below, and please tell me your suggestions. Recovery of your inner child. This was written by Lucia Capaccioni. She's no longer with us, so I feel like I wanted to share her work because her story was also very painful. She got divorced in her late 50s, I think, and she went through so many challenges, especially health challenges. And in my own personal experience, because I never knew, I did not know, and again, I'm proud of my my inner child that I did not give up. I continue to work on myself. So sorry, but I have to go. Okay, Ramonda, I hope to see you soon. I hope you're subscribed. Thank you for liking and sharing your thoughts. I appreciate you. You take care in Albania. So when I was going through my own health crisis, and it was like a good 6 years that I was going in and out of the hospital, it was very scary. I almost died a few times, and I said, if I am going to die, I am just going to create something that I love. And then I was watching Netflix, and I was watching Bob Ross on Netflix. Mind you, I was at home. I was in pain. Eves, hi Eves. My mother got taken by ice. They used maximal force and hurt her. Oh no, Eves, I'm so sorry to hear that. Ramonda, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being so kind to share your thoughts. Wow. Eves, I'm so sorry. I wish I could give you I can only encourage you. I don't know. How is your mother now? Where is she? And how is she doing? How are you doing? So I think the reason why I wanted to do the live is to connect with you guys, because even if you're just a number, for example, or I only know who are commenting on my videos. So please let me know, how can I support you and Heiko? How can I help you? How can we support each other? Because right now the only thing that is connecting us is the internet. So, Eves, let's pray for your mother that she's going to survive this challenge. And my heart just breaks when I hear something like this. They're going to report her back to the Philippines. Oh my God. So she's going to be deported. Oh no. So how are you holding up, Eves? Please be strong, keep your faith intact, because these are challenging times. Everybody is going through their own challenges, and the only thing that I pray to God that my voice can be of I don't want to cry. My voice can be a good encouragement for people who are going through tough times, because just staying with my grandpa here. Please take care, Eves. So where are you in? Are you in the States right now? Which city and state are you staying right now? Please take care of your grandma as well, and take care of yourself too. So yeah, this is very, yeah. For me, who feels people's pain, I couldn't help it but feel the hurt of the people in California right now. What are they doing? I don't really understand the ice. What's up? So let me know in the comment section below, how do you connect with yourself? If you don't believe that you have an inner child, how do you connect with yourself, especially during difficult times? Because this is the thing. Like, there was a time when I was just crying, right? So as an artist, I have to express my feelings on paper, on my journal and sketchbook, and I cry. And by crying, it is healing and it is cleansing your soul for sure. However, it's not easy because it is very overwhelming. And having ADHD, it is 10 times dysregulating. So I am teaching my nervous system to calm down. So that's why I go walk with Mother Nature because it calms me down. Like everything is going to be okay. You're going to be okay no matter how difficult life can be. And if you have this perspective and belief that everything is going to be okay and life is going to work out for you no matter how difficult it may be. Hello, hello, Tengen? Tengen Papa. Oh no, I don't know how to speak Spanish. Not this. Oh my gosh, there are trolls. What can you do? We love the trolls. Who is the troll? I don't know. I don't know who is the troll right now. So, guys, I I hope that we're going to open our hearts and not troll on each other. I think this is the time. This is the time to not project our own pain and our own painful emotions or hurts. This message is held for review. Who do I need to report Spud? Can you please write the name of the troll so I can check later on? Oh, this guy. Okay. Yeah, I already reported him. Cheapers, keepers. It's really all about promotes. What are they promoting? Oh, God. Hold on. This is awful. Anyway, I I am here to be a voice of reason for many, especially the Gen X. You know, the that generation. We grew up without social media, right? So it was very fun to play outside with friends and classmates and all that. And then social media came into our lives. So we learned how to do the internet and we connect with our friends around the world and it's fun. However, the Gen X, the baby boomers, those generation, we are really having a hard time. I am having a very challenging time, and I am amazed by the young children, this young generation, because you are always, always good with technology. Although it's not an excuse, right, not to learn about technology. It's like, how do we use technology in order for us to connect with each other and spread love instead of hate and instead of trolling? What is the issue with people who are spreading negativity? And I was like, okay, cool. The people who are really in pain, the people who are hurting, most of them are hurting. And if we see past the trolling behavior, if we see past their negativity, we know deep inside that that person is really carrying so much pain. They don't even know that they are carrying pain because some of these are from their childhood trauma and maybe they were bullied before. I know how that feels. It sucks, right? When people when people just do something to hurt other people, it's like, oh my God, why can't we love each other? That is the song of Michael Jackson, like, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, there's a better place for you and for me. Oh my God. I wish he's still alive, but his songs are so amazing. And I really believe that every generation has these beautiful legends of singers, painters, artists, anyone and everyone who wants to make this world a better place. And now that I am in this place, well, I feel like I'm super old. I'm 47, right? Let me know how old you are. But my inner child is just super. Nah, my inner child, your inner child is ageless. our souls are eternal, you know. This meat suit is just a temporary temple. And so I was like, okay, so we are here in the world. What can you do with your life to make this world a better place? We're not saying that we're going to save the world, right? You're not here to save the world, but like, what can you do? Do you want to color? Do you want to paint? Do you want to write? Do you want to, what is it? What's your dream? Because it took me a long time. I was so miserable. And at the moment I woke up, when I was in so much pain, when I was going back and forth in the hospital, and I looked at all the people who are screaming and dying at the hospital, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to die yet. So I prayed, I said, God, if you are real, save my life. Like, please, you know. And I was like, well, there were moments where I feel like I wanted to give up because the pain was too much. I couldn't take it anymore. And I think that's part of the human experience, right? So this is why art came into my life, because it was so, I believe that art saved my life, that's for sure. And this is probably the reason why I am so passionate, and I wanted to spread the good news, and I wanted to share it to anyone who has an open heart, no, open mind and open heart. I was like, what is the reason why you are here? Do you believe that you have a purpose? I know that is a huge ask, right? What is the purpose? What is the point of living? Like, seriously, every time you look at the, if you, and I don't watch the news, if you look at the news, it's like, why is there so much chaos, so much negativity? We just survived a 7.4, 7.6 earthquake magnitude. Ugh, 7.4. It was scary. I was like, oh my God, are we going to die? Up until now, I still feel the aftershock. Like, there were little moments where it came, and it was coming and going. And I never thought that where we are, that there would be massive earthquake. But anyway, what was I thinking? The Philippines is in the middle of all the fault lines. So there, apparently, there's about 100 plus earthquakes happening every year in my country. So I lived in Canada for so long, and I never remembered if there was like, maybe there's a very slight movement of earthquake. I don't think Canada is known for earthquakes, but the Philippines, Southeast Asia, it is known for massive earthquakes. It is known for typhoons, all those big things that's really going to be, there's a massive catastrophe. So I'm praying, please pray for all the people, the people who died during the earthquake. So in my mind, so yesterday I couldn't sleep at all because I was afraid that the earthquake will come back again. So that's what I did. I have to do something. I have to express. My inner child was scared, so I was like, okay, girl, we need to distract ourselves from thinking about not worrying. You just have to prepare. I have to prepare myself just so when it hits. So let me know in the comment section below. Have you heard about the inner child theory? Because I only got to know more about this work way back when I was 30, oh my gosh, 39 years old. So the healing process is super painful. The healing journey is a beautiful thing. Sadness, grief, joy, freedom can coexist. So this is the reason why a lot of psychologists and psychiatrists are really helping. Well, thank God that there's YouTube and Google, that there's so many information now to support your mental health and your emotional health and your physical health. How do you take care of your inner child, right? If, let's say, you were not taught about taking care of yourself for so long, or you're taking care of other people and you have forgotten yourself for so long because nobody taught us about this. It was not taught in school. It was not taught in my family. It was all about survival. They took care of us and everything, but there was no, oh, you have to take care of your inner child. You have to play even if you're an adult, or you have to take care of your mental health and all that stuff, because it was so focused on religion and praying, which is good, right? You pray. But if you keep praying but you're not feeling your pain, so what will happen? You're still going to continue to be depressed, feeling anxious. And I believe that anxiety is not the enemy. It's part of your body to protect you from harm, from danger, all that stuff. So, how do you take care of your inner child? That is why art is so important, because not only you're going to make beautiful things, you are also going to share your experiences with people around you, which maybe help you along the way. Because when you are going through depression, when you are going through your own anxiety and the worry and all the negative thoughts coming in and out, by the way, spoiler alert, you are not your negative thoughts. You are not. You are the observer of the thoughts that's coming in and out. And sometimes those thoughts are not yours. Those, sorry, those thoughts are from parents, teachers, the bullies, and you thought that that's you. No, it's not you. So please love yourself, even if you don't know what it meant to be loved, right? The healthy kind of taking care of yourself. This is the reason why we have so much issues right now in the world about mental health, emotional health, financial health, physical health. Because the physical health is going to tell you what you need to do in order for you to start connecting with your creativity. And I'm so happy that I am here to sort of share that, because before I was so petrified, I was so afraid to share, because for so long I didn't even know. I completely forgot about myself until I got sick, and I'm like, okay, here we go. And sometimes the wake up call comes later in life, and I'm grateful that it came regardless of the pain, because now I feel like the pain that I've experienced and survived taught me so much about myself, and taught me about, oh, how to understand other people's pain, and how to forgive yourself when you do not know, right? I think that is the hardest uh, experience to go through, to forgive yourself, to love yourself when you don't know, how do I love myself, especially when you had dysfunctional experiences or unhealthy environment growing up. But the good news is, it's never too late to love yourself, because that's what Jesus said. Love your neighbors as you love yourself. So, how can you love others if you don't know how to love yourself, right? That's why divorce is high. And so many children are hurting, and so many adults are hurting because of that situation. So, I suggest that you take care of your mental health, because the rest is going to follow. It may take a little bit of a long time to get to loving yourself, to accepting yourself, to forgiving yourself. But look at that, we're all connected, regardless of where you are located in the world right now. You know that your story matters, your art matters, your creativity matters, your mental health matters. So, a lot of people are no longer with us because they couldn't take it anymore, right? It is living in this planet in this day and age where you're bombarded with so much negativity is brutal. So, how do you take care of your mental health? And this is why I am on a mission. So please like, comment, subscribe, let me know, share your thoughts, share your story, because our stories from millennia, this is how our ancestors survived, because we shared our thoughts and feelings. Maybe not super, like maybe they're not super aware, but there's a huge village in those times, because it's all about survival. And now we live in a modern world. How do you survive in a modern world where you don't even know your neighbor? You don't even I Okay, here's the deal. I know of people, and when I go to restaurants, I looked at people and they are swiping and checking their cell phone while they're eating. My suggestion now, if I'm going to see my family and friends, is to ask them, please put your phone down and let's talk. If you don't want me to be here, then tell me. Just put your phone down. Just put your phone down and connect with other people. But we cannot connect with other people if we have not known how to connect with ourselves, right? So please share your story in the comment section below. I will do my very best to reply later on after the live stream, because it's so painful. It's so painful to see people suffering. And I think suffering is optional. I think it's very easy to look at the problems, look at the pain, playing the victim, instead of asking ourselves, wait a minute, our brains are designed to find for solutions. Your brain is designed to find solutions. So, meaning, if there's a problem, you are also responsible for finding the solution. And this is why getting to know yourself, meditation is so important. Walking alone in the woods, or in, hopefully you are safe, walking in the beach, walking with nature, dancing, singing, writing, making art, whatever, as long as you are not hurting yourself or you're not hurting other people. So this is it, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, how do you connect with yourself? How do you connect it with your inner child? Do you do art? Do you do something to make you feel joyful? Do you count your blessings even when things are not good? Or what if life is actually teaching you to be stronger, to be better, to be loving, to be kind to yourself? Whew. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I know that I am barely scratching the surface. I don't know who is watching right now, but if you are watching right now, please let me know in the comment section below. And I'm trying my very best to be a force for good, because when I was going through my own mental challenges, it was really like brutal. So, how do you connect? Yeah, you make art. Even if they're like stupid, just ridiculous, and whatever. And here we go, guys. This book, Let Me Out So. What is this message? Let me out so I can be let me out so I can be creative and heal you. Do you know this author? Do you have the chance? Have you had a chance to read the book? And I am going to make this my mission to share this, because, hello, seeing a psychiatrist or a psychologist or a life coach or something, they make money, right? Like, a lot of them are very expensive. And when I was going through my own times to go in and out of the clinic to support my mental health, my own way to survive my own painful journey, was like, what about the people who cannot afford, right? So, what will they do if they can't? If nobody can support them when they're going through a very tough, tough, tough time? So then in my mind, I was like, if I am going to survive this, if I am going to make sense of the pain, if I am going to be able to survive a health crisis, then I said to my doctor, I said, Doc, if you are going to be an instrument to give me back my health, to help me, for example, to help me with my physical ailment at the time, I said, I will do my very, very best. Of course, I have to take care of my own mental health first. However, I have to think of my tribe, the young children, the young generation, and even my generation of Gen Xers who I feel like I have talked to thousands of men and women, and I asked them, during your time as a child, were you heard? Were you seen? Were you validated at the time? And one of my friend told me, you're just there. You're not seen. You're not heard. You're just there. You exist, but you are not heard. He was, oh, that's painful. He said, I was there as a child, but I never felt like my parents listened to me. Oh, my heart was broken to hear that. And I saw him. He's now married. And he's doing his very best to be a good father. But I feel like because he doesn't know how to love himself, or he's disconnected with his own inner child, he is having a hard time connecting with his wife and his children. You can only meet the people outside of yourself as long as you have, as much as how much work you have done to heal your painful memories of, or do you have you released the old story of what happened to you, because you are not what happened to you. You are not your story. You are not the negative thoughts running in, playing in and out. You're not your diagnosis. You're not all of that. Oh my God. You are just this divine being experiencing life. Yes, sometimes life is very unfair. Very unfair. However, if you look at it that it's just unfair, because even if, I'm sure the rich people in the world where they have the billions, right? I'm pretty sure they have their own challenges too. So, what makes this life worth living, right? What makes your life worth it? Like, you're worthy to be alive. Um, I'm pretty sure a lot of people wanting to live and enjoy life, but then what's going on? Do I know myself that much? Do you have the time to reflect about your life choices? Are you happy with your life? I don't think we have to be happy 24/7, but is there like, can you find meaning from the pain? Can you find joy even if there's unfairness? And can you love yourself despite the unfairness of life? So, yes, let me know in the comment section below. I really would love to hear from you. It would be really, really nice to respond to you later on. It's so fun. I was like, there are so many questions that I still ask myself, and it's so important to have people that you care, people around you that you can bounce off your ideas. Like, how can you connect with with your inner child when you are like in your 30s, 40s, 50s, right? Like, how do you take care of yourself? And do you want to still have those moments where, like, you remember those memories when you were a little child? What were you doing at school, with your family and friends? Those are the things that obviously we cannot go back in time. We can only remember the memories, whether they're painful or not. But I'm sure you have moments that you're like, oh, I wish that memory, I wish that could happen again. And you can recreate that now, regardless of your situation. This is the reason why I am on a mission to looks like an alien. This is the reason why I am here to share about, like, you have to connect with your inner child, whether you believe in that inner child or not. Because when I reconnected, when I started to remember that, oh my God, I I abandoned my inner child and I have to ask for forgiveness for that. But the moment I started drawing, writing, creating, and painting, my chronic pain went away. I stopped taking my painkillers and I was taking it for years. So I'm so happy and grateful that I'm able to share my testimony. I'm able to share it from a place of gratitude because I did a lot of inner work and healing and embracing the shadow, the darkness, everything. So that is why I am so gung ho, so excited, so passionate to share my experience because the stories that I have heard from strangers and the women that I've met along the way here and abroad is heartbreaking. A lot of them do not have people or family who can support them to even that have that emotional support that they could trust their story and to be blessed to hear their stories of survival. Sorry, those stories that I locked in my heart and released the pain because it's too heavy to carry anyway, is such a beautiful thing to not like, for example, there is a friend of mine who shared to me the first time I met her. She said, I never shared my secrets with my family. And I met I met you for the first time and I'm able to share my painful story. Oh, thinking of that, like I could cry. It's sad, right? Like that sometimes what we call family we cannot trust. And then it's easier to share our painful stories and experiences to strangers, to your hairdresser, to the nurse outside, to the sales girl outside, right? So look, I do not know your story. However, I know that you have a story. Are you willing to share that story? Maybe your story can unlock the healing of another person. I don't know. So, if you're watching this live or the replay, I truly thank you. Thank you for listening because it's like it's so beautiful when we start opening our hearts, when we can just share it without judgment, when we can share it with utmost respect, even if we have different experiences, right? And I believe that we are all connected. And that's why I love my Maya Angelou's book, And Still I Rise. And Still I Rise, that's my one of my favorite poems because we're all connected. And I was like, whether you are in Canada, in the Philippines, in Cambodia, in France, wherever you are located, for example, whatever your geography and whatever your story, I feel like we all bleed the same. The color of our blood is the same, so we're all connected. Regardless of how much they try to divide us by race, ethnicity, geography, the postal code that you live in, everything. You can, I don't know. I'm just saying it, right? That all this material stuff are beautiful, right? But what happens when you go? When your story is over? Like, are you going to bring any of your hard work, like the hard working things that you have done and with all the accumulation of material stuff? I have seen a lot of very rich people, and when they died, they left everything behind. Behind. So now the question is, how are you going to connect with your inner child today? And if you are still here, if you are still watching, and if you're watching the replay later on, I hope that there's something that you have picked up from this conversation, because sometimes it's really weird to talk to the camera, right? Like, I would have to think of a friend, like, okay, I'm talking to a friend, because I don't think you're just a number. I know you are watching because maybe it resonated with you. My story, maybe there's something that you connected with my story, right? And some maybe are just not ready to share. If you're not ready, that's fine. I truly respect that. However, in my mind, I'm like, okay, now, after all these years of working so hard behind the scenes to heal, to really heal, and like, feel the pain and not be consumed by it, not be consumed by it, not be defined by the pain, and still be grateful for everything, then I believe that I did something good. So, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for everybody who supported this channel from the very beginning. And if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please let me know your suggestions, your feedback. I love to hear feedback because that's how we can improve anyway. And it is scary to share your story on public. Are you kidding me? It's so easy to just talk to your friend outside, or like having coffee and whatnot, but like to talk about this in a public setting, it's like, now I understand why people are so afraid. And before, I was not even ready. I was not even self-aware. I was just selfish, and I was just completely immature. I was not ready to do the healing work that I needed to do. And then when the time came, I have no choice, because the pain was too much. Like, I have to face it now. I'm not gonna run away. I used to run away with distraction and like food, shoes, bags, all the crappy stuff. Because when you're afraid to do the work, it's so overwhelming to feel your pain. Trust me. I have met a few people along the way where they're so addicted with alcohol, drugs, all that outside stuff, because they're afraid to look inside themselves and say, oh my God, I have to heal my own inner child. It's brutal. And it's not for the faint of heart. It's not. And I was like, damn, I wish I didn't know this. Because once you're awakened, once you're aware, once you know that you need to heal, now you cannot pretend. You have to meet yourself. You really have to. And that is true, true love, that you cannot run away from yourself. Other people can come and go, but to meet yourself in the freaking mirror, I'm starting with the man I'm starting with the woman in the mirror, and I'm like, oh my God. And it's such a beautiful experience. It takes time. I must admit. I've been doing this work for what? Almost 10 years? 10 years next year. However, if I'm going to wait for perfection, which is another bullshit thing, it's never going to happen. I would say, hey, I have to wait for me to feel comfortable to share my story. Well, then, hello. I don't think I would be able to just go ahead and share because like you have to wait and wait and wait and then what? So, it is a wonderful, it's a blessing to finally get to a place of comfort, even if I'm uncomfortable talking to a camera. But I know that somebody is going to watch this. Somebody hopefully is going to catch the message because it's true. When I was going through my own journey from the early years of the healing journey, it was painful, it was brutal, and I felt like I wanted to give up because like I don't know if somebody could understand what I was going through. But now that we're here, and I thank God for that, that I am able to be able to share that experience and still be able to smile. It's an honor, it's a privilege because it's true. Like what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, right? And it's very humbling too. So, let me see. What is your inner child? Oh my gosh. All the things that I am creating, really, it's really very childish, I feel. Like every artist, they know that I've watched a lot of artists and followed a few favorites. All of them keep saying and sharing that it's all about what makes you happy, what makes you joyful in the middle of doing the art making, you know. And we're all connected, regardless of your story, whether you can relate to my story or not. We are all connected. Our stories are what connects us. The painful ones are what connect us, and it's just adorable. Of course, I have to love my own work, right? Okay. So yes, how do you connect? Do you have any suggestions if you can? So let me know in the comment section below. I really truly appreciate you, and hopefully you can find a way to release your own art and share your art with the world and share your story too. Again, it takes guts, it takes balls, it takes nerves of steel. Not really, because I still have, you still have to have an open heart in order for you to connect with your humanity and to be able to share your story from a place of the parts of yourself that are that are okay and healed. It's lighter. It's, I don't know. Now I can feel a little bit of comfort because when I was going through my own stuff, it's like when you're still bleeding, like do you really want to share the painful stuff right away? I don't think so. You have to sort of give yourself that space to heal properly, and then when you're coming from a place of wisdom, when you're coming from a place of from your beautiful scarred heart, and yet you're still kind and you're still compassionate, you're not, you you never you did not turn cruel. You survived the shit. So you're like, hey, can I use my story to encourage other people? Can this be uh, something that maybe help others along the way? Can this help people along their journey? Because everybody is going through their own unique path. Of course. However, it is nice when your soul is like ready to kind of like, okay, let me take over, let me share from a place of humility, compassion, love, forgiveness, um, self acceptance. What else? Grace. You know, grace when you freaking fail 10 million times over. Grace. Um, you know, these things when we were younger were just words to me. Just okay, grace, compassion, love, whatever. But I think when you start to embody it, you start not just from here, but here, you know, mind and heart. Now it makes sense. The challenges that you have overcome, the pain that you have healed along the way makes sense. Makes sense. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm so, so, so happy that you are here, and I'm so grateful that some of you shared your stories, and including the freaking trolls. Oh my God. And for the future people who are going to watch this replay, I thank you so much. I truly appreciate. And for you who is still watching, I hope there is people watching still that you're going to hopefully get to a place of yes, sharing your story or making your art and maybe inspire other people along the way. So, guys, I am going to find a way to make this um, live streaming a normal thing. I really love it because like you can engage with people along the way and you can hear their feedback in real time compared to when you just upload videos on YouTube. And it took me, oh my God, this YouTube thing, I never thought that I would start it all over again after all these years. I think I am ready. No, you can never be ready. You just have to show up for your dreams, for your fears, for your anxiety, for everything, and be there for you. I have to be my own cheerleader when the going gets tough, and for that, I am proud of my inner child for not giving up. So, guys, take care, and I will see you again soon. Why am I feeling like I wanted to cry? So, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. And let me know in the comment section below where you're watching from and what are the what are the stories that you'd like to probably share if you're given the chance, if you have um, the art that you can share, it would be beautiful. So God bless you wherever you are watching in the world today, and thank you for watching. I am going to see you hopefully soon. Take care, guys. Bye.